Hey guys, good morning. What's going on? What's happening? Welcome to another episode of Clangin and Banging with Mikey, episode 36. And today, man, we're going to talk about that it's okay to be not okay. And what I mean by that is everybody goes through shit, right? Everybody goes through trials and tribulations and and everything of that nature, right? We all go through hardships, whether we want to admit it or not. We all go through trauma. We all go through heartbreak. We all go through everything in general that, you know, we're all human. We all go through the same shit. Uh, it's all the same game, just different levels, the same devil, though. And the reason why I want to talk about this, that's hot. Why it's okay to be not okay. Because you can't pretend that shit don't bother you. You can't pretend that, you know, whether it's your job, whether it's your girl, whether it's, your friendships or your lack of healthy friendships or your screwed up childhood or whatever or whatever it is, like people are constantly working through and working towards something. And a lot of the times, man, it's like we want to put on this facade or this front that, oh, nothing bothers me, or or this and this and that. In reality, it does, and I've been called a sensitive person, because I wear my heart on my sleeve. My emotions, they're always shown, good and bad. And I think it's important to recognize that and deal with that, and accordingly, and keep it pushing. I was never the type to say, "Woe is me," this and this and that, because, bruh, I've never been homeless. I've never not had a car. I've never not had money in the bank. I've never not had a job, or I've never been that bad where I was so down on my luck that, that shit was, shit's never been that bad, and I count my blessings because of that, man. But just because you have everything going for you in that arena doesn't mean that this arena up here is uh running smoothly or running efficiently. A lot of the times, man, is like we just have the inability to step back and realize, like, yo, a lot of the situations we in, whether it's business, personal, romantic, whatever it is like a lot of the times people get attached, and they get attached and they end up getting hurt because of that, or they end up not realizing that they're putting unrealistic expectations on the other individual because he or she can't meet those goals that you set up in your head because they ain't you. It's like I'm a competitive bodybuilder. Um, I'm studying for certifications and everything like that, right? I wouldn't expect somebody who doesn't have my background, and by background I mean my history of my upbringing, my lack of a loving home, and all the other stuff, right? I grew up in a household where my parents never really talked about emotions. I grew up in a household where they didn't talk at all. I grew up in a household where, affection and love wasn't shown. I grew up in a household that everything else that was abnormal to everybody else was normal to me. Um, and so it took me a long time to realize, it's like, yo, what you witnessed, what you saw wasn't okay. It wasn't something that was supposed to, happen. Your upbringing wasn't the most wholesome. It wasn't the most conducive upbringing to for a kid to grow up in. And it took me a long time to realize that, man. It's like, and it took me even longer to unlearn it. And I'm still unlearning some of the traits that, I'm trying not to be judgmental. Mm, my girl calls me out on it all the time. Like she told me she told me one time she's like look, like, you know, I got love for you and everything, but you gotta stop being so judgmental. And I was like, not everybody's like you. You know, not everybody's gonna have the same mentality you have. You know, not everybody has gone through shit that you've gone through and come out the other side of, you know, came out the other side stronger. And I get it. You know, I understand it because as I've gotten older, you know, I would hope to assume that I've gotten wiser as well. And I just, you know, I'm the type of dude that's like, who says it's okay not to be okay. You know, it's okay to have those emotions, you know, and have those feelings of anger, jealousy, you know, and everything like that, you know, because that's the part that makes us human. It's like if there was something or somebody out there who you wasn't, you know, a little bit jealous of or envious or whatever it is, then that would be, not that it would be weird, but it would be interesting, you know, and but at the same time, man, is I think a lot of people they go through bouts of depression and everything of that nature because we were never taught how to deal with what's bothering us. You know, we were never taught how to be vulnerable. You know, how to be, you know, at peace with, you know, with yourself or be comfortable with, you know, with other people. There's always a, you know, there's a lot. People think that there's always a, you know, an alter, alternative motive, you know, and most of the time there is, but some, you know, on the rare occasions there's not. You know, it's like if somebody's sticking around for you, you know, and not only helping you get better through your bullshit, but helping you see where you can get better on your own as well, then why not? You know, then why not take that opportunity to learn and to become better, you know? And I think a lot of the times, man, it's like it's easier to sit there and complain. It's easy to make up excuses, you know. It's easy to say, "Oh, well, I have X, Y, and Z going on." Okay, cool. So do I. You know. Um. You know, like everybody, you know, is going through the same thing. Whether it's trying to pay bills, trying to follow your passions, trying to figure out what, you know, what your next move is gonna be, and everything. Man, it's like, and yo, I'm just here to say that it's okay to be, you know, it's okay to be not okay. It's okay to be, you know, living in your head. It's okay to look at the phone and not want to return text messages. You know, it's okay to take a break from everything going on around you, and because like the shirt says, man, fit for the culture. You know, and when I say fit for the culture, I mean physically, mentally, psychologically, emotionally. You know, everything, man. It's like everything has to be aligned because if it's not, then who you bullshitting, bro? You know, my dad told me something I'll never forget. He said, "You can lie to other people, but once you start lying to yourself, that's how you know you got problems." Think about that, man. You know, it's like you can lie to other people, but once you lie to yourself, then you know, that's when you know you have a real issue. And man, I just want to hop in here and say that because it's like I've come to the realization myself, in my personal life that some things ain't worth pursuing. Some things aren't, you know, as bad as you want them to happen, ain't gonna happen. And it's not good, it's not bad, you know, it is what it is, you know, and to say that I'm not bothered by it would be a lie because I am a little bit, but at the same time, it's okay not to be okay, man. It's like, and if you going through some shit, you know, whether it's, I don't care what it is, personal, professional, whatever, reach out to somebody, talk to somebody. Uh, See if your job has mental health services available for that aspect, right? And get the help that you need because I think it's imperative to recognize what's going on with you emotionally. That way, everything else around you can mesh together. And Because if you're not healthy up here or in here, who you healthy for? All right, y'all. Thank you for coming to my podcast. I hope y'all keeping it a 4-piece, private player, positive and pushing. I'll see y'all next week. Goes.